everyone. Welcome to the Young Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Daniella. This is my co-host, Mordechai.
Hey.
And you guys, we're so excited, just like over the moon excited, because today we get to chat with the Jolie Live. She's become such an icon, and one of the things that I absolutely love about her is she is such a hard worker, and it's so evident in her content. She is extremely creative, and let me just jump in. I'm sure you know who she is, but we're going to do a quick little bio. Okay, Jolie Live is a creator, host, producer, and model. I mean, look at her, based in Los Angeles. She began her career as a child model in NYC, appearing in campaigns for Tommy Hilfiger, Vogue, Gap, and Barbie. At just 10, she won Sports Illustrated's Kid Reporter contest, beating out 5,000 applicants to interview top athletes. That dream came full circle when she walked the runway for SI Swim 2022. Today, Jolie is best known for her viral celebrity series, Pucker Up, the Sour Candy interview show with over 100 million views across platforms. Think Hot Ones, but with sour candy and juicier secrets. She also edits all of her videos herself. OMG. Told you she was a hard worker. She loves doing candy hauls and can often be found at sports games when she's not filming. And I'll have to say, speaking of sports games, Jolie Live shared a really fun little behind-the-scenes moment about when she was at a Chiefs game, which I'm going to have her repeat because that was so fun. But Jolie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for the introduction, and thank you for having me. No, you slayed that. You got that perfectly. It makes me sound a lot cooler than I am. Yeah, but thank you. No, I love you guys. I was telling you before the Zoom that in like January, I think it was the top of the new year, 2025, and you had posted like shows to watch for in 2025, and like then I was like, I don't know, like maybe, but then now it's like happening and everything's fun, and you know everyone's great on Pucker Up, so you guys manifested that for me.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, amazing. And really quick, tell your Chiefs story. That was so cute.
Oh yeah. So basically in February I went to a Chiefs game with my best friend. He actually helps produce Pucker Up, and he got tickets like hoping to like maybe see Taylor Swift, right? And because Travis Kelce, and he ended up buying tickets actually like directly below her, as in like you could touch her pretty much, like quite literally, like because it's kind of like hopefully she's there, hopefully she's not. Yeah, she was right there, and the box window was open the whole time. And so he turned around and he was like, I gotta say something, because he's like a diehard like Swiftie. And he like, hey Taylor, like I'm Tyler, like I just wanted to say hi, like love you so much. And she's like, oh hi, like I'm Taylor, by the way. And it's like, yeah, you're Taylor Swift. Like it's okay, like we know who you are. But it was like just so cute, and like the game was fun and everything, and like the whole time like we were, I guess, on TV, and because obviously they're showing her 24/7 on the broadcast, and it's just like our heads there. But yeah, she decided to say, hey, I'm Taylor Swift, so that was great.
That is so fun. I love it. I love it.
Do you know the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon? You know that game? The 6
What are the rules?
It's basically just like how you're connected to someone by 6 degrees or less, and it's like the right Danielle, am I explaining it good?
Yeah.
Okay. And so basically what we came up with, we decided to do like the 6 degrees of Zack Efron. So every guest we have on, we try to connect them, and usually I usually like play like the what's called detective, and I figure it out, but I usually do it professionally, so or like IMDb wise. So yes, I was just so if you have any guesses about how like I figured it out.
Okay, this is fun, but it's Zac Efron. Like I'm connected to Zac Efron.
Yeah.
I wish I was physically connected to Zac Efron. How was I would, the only guess I would have is if I interviewed someone close to Zac Efron. Is that what I'm supposed to guess? Is how I know it, like how I'm connected to him in a way?
I mean, that's a good guess. I was thinking about doing it that way.
Mordecai, tell us. What did you come up with?
So you were in something called Irrefutable Proof.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. With Dexter McKinney. And he was in Miss America with Rose Byrne, who was in Neighbors with Zac Efron.
With Zac Efron.
There you go. See,
So
like
technically, I know Zac Efron.
exactly. I
I'm,
was trying to, because you definitely interviewed the cast of High School Musical, like some of the cast of High School Musical.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, but then I was like, that's too easy. Like I got to do something a little bit more like play
I would
fun.
not have guessed the irremutable proof era of my life, but that act I've never heard of that before. So I've heard of Zac Efron and that. Obviously, I've never heard of the 6 degrees like game. But that's so interesting. Also, everyone is connected. Like it's
Yeah,
weird.
it's so
Yeah.
Everyone
weird.
is connected.
Well, I know we don't have a ton of time with you, so I'm just gonna jump right in. So, first segment is behind the scenes, but I'm not even gonna ask my questions right here that I have written out right away because you said something earlier that I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask her about that. You mentioned, and now I'm like, what was it? You mentioned something um, about okay, when the ones to watch, and you said that there was like a pivotal moment that at one point it just kind of changed overnight. What was that pivotal moment for you in your career?
I would say there's kind of been like two for like pucker up related. I would definitely say like the first like life changing that it was like gradually life changing, but like when you look back, it definitely like changed the course of the show. I would definitely say is Malachi Barton, which I know you guys probably post a million times about him a day because he's Malachi Barton. But I feel like that was definitely pivotal as in like, okay, like what is the show? Like Malachi's on, like I'm understanding the concept of the game and everything. And then fast forward, that was November 2024. We're in 2025, right? 2024. Fast forward, obviously winter break, as you know, entertainment kind of shuts down. So it's kind of like, what's going on? What's happening? And then once things started picking back up in like the spring, all the friend group, like the friend group and everyone that has been on Pucker Up, like Embry, Caesar, like Paul, all of them started popping off, like really popping off. And once we got Caesar on, and then it was like back to back to back having them on individually, that is like kind of what started changing the course of like Pucker Up and like people understanding the game. And then all of a sudden everybody wanted to do it at home and everything. So I would say like April things started to really take off. And then this past, like, I would say like month has been like insane to where people are like buying sour candy for fun and doing it at home. And like, we haven't asked anybody to do that, right? Like, we're not saying, hey, like, tag us and you like playing Pucker Up. Like, we're just getting tagged like 20 times a day of kids. Like, I'm playing Pucker Up at home and stuff. Like, it's just crazy. And it's like thankful to all the guests that have been on. And like, obviously, Zombies changed our life for sure. Like, Zombies 4, like, you've had them on. Um, but just, yeah, just all happening pretty quick.
Yeah, incredible. And so we remember seeing you on Young Hollywood, and of course, you stood out right away. So when did you decide to pivot from that to creating Pucker Up?
Yeah, so I was at Young Hollywood for about, I'd say 3 years. The first year was just Zooms, COVID. I was like, I moved back home with my parents, and was just doing like Zooms and stuff. And then it transformed. Obviously, COVID started ending, and then in person again, kind of getting the ropes of like what entertainment industry really looked like from an in person standpoint because I hadn't really been like deep in it prior. And then I got to a point where it was like, I've learned a lot. I respect all the work that I've done there and everything, but I want to work like everyone's end goal is to work for themselves, like start their own thing kind of thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit my job and I am going to start a show. Quit, didn't know what I was really doing. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it and it's going to happen and we're going to see. And now it's like 2 years later with Pucker Up. And yeah, still don't know what's going on really. I'm just like kind of just vibing day by day. But yeah, I had that job for 3 years and then I wanted to work for myself and like have my
Okay.
own show. So that's
Yeah,
like the decision behind it.
amazing. I love it. It is sometimes you just have to take that risk and say, like you said, I'm going to do this and this is going to happen. I love that. So everybody knows, but for just the one person that doesn't, what is Pucker Up?
Oh yeah, Slay. I love that. Okay, so Pucker Up is a digital series. A lot of people like to say podcast. It's not. I think it's really more like a game show. There's actually no audio version of Pucker Up, spoiler alert, but Pucker Up is the digital series where guests join. I usually say host Jolie live in emails, but like guests join me. There's 6 levels of sour candy, 6 questions. And as the levels go up, the candy gets sour and the questions get juicier. And it's like a fun little twist on the hot ones concept, but with sour candy. It's really, really juicy. It's very, very crush and ship and love world related. I would say it's turned into that. And it's really just like a news source, I feel like, for Gen Z people to find out what's going on in the world.
And so how did you pick the 6 levels, and how did you pick out the candies? I saw a vlog once where you went to, I think you went to Munchies, right? Did you go to
Yes.
that place? I love that place. I've been there a
Yes.
few times.
Are you in LA?
No, I'm in New York, but
Okay.
I go out there a lot. So
Yeah, and you're in New York too?
I'm in Tahoe, actually.
Oh my God. Okay.
Northern California.
Yeah.
So 10 hours away from LA.
Yeah. Casual. Yes, right.
Drive down the street.
Yeah, I'll drive there later. But yeah, the 6 levels. Oh, so originally my mom likes to take credit for this, that she did come up with the name. So she came up with pucker up the words. Um, but when I was like brainstorming about like what the show was gonna be, I knew it was gonna be sour candy. And then I was like, probably like 10, like there should be solid 10 questions, right? Because then it would be like an hour, like whatever. And then, so I was like, 10, let's do 10 levels of sour candy. My mom's like, how are you gonna get 10 different sour candies that are actually sour, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, let's just like stick to like 5. And then I was like, let's settle on 6. So mom did come up with that. It was going to be 6 levels. Originally, I wanted to do 10, but also like it's really hard to find 10 sour candies that are actually sour. Like the candies on the show, which everyone wants to try them, but they're actually like no one's exaggerating and being dramatic. They're genuinely burn your mouth off and they're so sour.
I
But
love
yeah, the
that.
6th level was decided because it was 10, wanted to go down to 6. Or I didn't want to. My mom said you need to go down to 6. So the
Go,
6 was
Mom.
settled. Yep, on that.
And how did you decide which candies? How did you like figure it out? Like, did you go to the store and just try everything?
Pretty much, yeah, we taste tested. It was my
Wow.
roommate at the time, and I was just like buying every sour candy on the market that you could think of. Ate so much candy, which I kind of enjoyed, honestly. I'm a very big sweet tooth girly.
Same.
Yeah, I will eat a sweet treat after every meal, including breakfast. But yeah, and then my mom was ordering some, and we just kind of fine-tuned it by like eating every sour candy you could possibly find, and then settled on what was actually sour and progressively, because like I didn't say that like in the what is pucker up. Well, it gets more sour as you go up, but they're genuinely progressively more sour. Like it gets worse each time. Oh my
And
God.
do you have a favorite level that you like to play with everyone?
That's actually funny because no one's ever asked me that. Not that anyone asked me anything, really, but level 5 is the best because it's so bad and it burns your mouth, but the reactions are the best and it's the juiciest question. So, like, even I will ask like a whatever question for level 6. It's more like 5 is going to be like the groundbreaking, like the question everybody wants to know. So, like, mixed with the candy and reaction, but with the question, it's like the perfect. Level 5 is my baby. So good.
Do you ever get like a reaction where you're like actually like genuinely surprised by the answer?
Oh, by the answer. Like, honestly, they all surprise me because, like, some of these people have crazy lore, and it's like, what the heck happened to you? Or, like, what? Like, you're dating this person? Like, stop. Let me see if I can think of a specific one. No, people's answers, like, I'm just as invested as, like, the viewers. Like, when I'm sitting there
I
asking the
love that.
questions, like, it's not just like, can you answer? Because, like, people want to know. Like, I'm sitting there, like, what is your answer? It's genuine to
Right.
that, where, like, I'm a fan where it's like, what?
I love that.
Yeah, I'm like
Okay.
right there with them.
Oh my God. I mean, that's like the best. That's like why we do what we do, right? It's so much fun. It's like
Yeah.
we want to learn, and it's the best job ever. So you put together a mystery sour box. How did that idea come to life?
Yeah, so kind of like going into munchies and stuff, I wanted to do like my roommate and best friend Carly, she was like, you should review candy. Like a side like it's like just like a side hustle. And I was like, I don't really know because like I don't like talking. Like this is even rarer. Like I love you guys because like just like you guys have always showed love. But and like down to do this, but I don't really answer questions as you know. It's more I'm asking them. And she was like, it's just like a way for people to like get to know you more, right? So I was like, okay, like I'll try one or two. So I did end up like committing to it, went to a few candy stores local to LA. And then ironically, there's not many candy stores in Los Angeles. There was like Munchies, like one I went to one other one. And then I was like where are all the candy stores? And so I Googled candy stores near me, and It's Sugar came up at Universal's like City Walk or whatever. And I was like, it's gonna be hard to get there, and parking's gonna be like annoying, but I'll just go because it's like the only candy store I haven't gone to, right? So then I walk in, and the Pucker Up, like the mystery sour mystery box was on the shelf, and it said, like, I literally went over, I was like, oh, like, let's go to the sour section for the video. I walk over that green box, I pick it up because it's like sour mystery, but like it was pressed up, and I turn it and it says Pucker Up on it already.
No way.
Oh.
Yeah, which I had no idea because like I think they had just launched it, which had nothing to do with our Pucker Up.
Yeah.
But my jaw dropped, like literally dropped, because I'm like, sour mystery, you flip it, it says Pucker Up already. And like everything I do, I think like business wise and like marketing brains 24/7, like you guys probably feel the same way in the sense of like, how can like we make content out of this, or like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we need to have our sticker on this and do a collab with It's Sugar. So I literally didn't even post that haul. I just went home and emailed It's Sugar. And I like introduced like the show, and I was like, will you guys hop on a call? Literally like a week later, hopped on the call, and then it was like in production.
Oh my God, I love it.
Wow.
Look
Yeah.
at you.
So
That's
it's literally just
amazing.
ironically doing candy hauls. And then it's all of a sudden like we had a collab box for like a good 6 months.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
amazing.
That's so
Yeah.
brilliant. I love how creative you are. I love how your brain is so business oriented. I mean, it's an absolute necessity. And how fun. Like, let's just take a moment to think about this when we were younger. And they're, people are like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you'd be like, doing candy hauls and being so successful. Like, it's a dream come true. It
Yeah.
is a dream job.
crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's been the best part of hosting your own show?
Meeting everybody. I would say like a lot of people that have been on Pucker Up, like, yeah, it's like maybe it's a press junket and I don't really talk to them again. It's like your mutuals on Instagram and you like follow each other, comment on each other's stuff. But for the most part, like it's people just like texting me and like being like, yeah, I'm gonna be here this time, and like I'll send them to proof the video. Like the best part is meeting people, and like you just have like new friends like every day. Like that's like the best part. And then on top of that, now like lately, like everybody that watches the show and like genuinely just like obsessed with like the idea of the candy and doing it themselves, like the best part is also like people are just doing it in their homes. Like that's insane. Like it's a game I thought of in my garage. Like I literally was sitting in my garage, like I'm gonna move home, like I can't do this anymore, like my life's a mess. And then it was like now like people are doing it in their own garages. It's like
Yeah.
That's wild. I love
Yeah.
that. I mean, it's always nice to get those responses, and like I love how you share them also like on your socials, like you share like the people, the fans, like, and
Yeah.
them doing it. It's so cute.
I mean, I think I'm more obsessed than they are. Like they're like, oh, it's fun, like playing the game, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like I'm crying, it's like I'm like sobbing. Like yes, like play it at home with your friends.
I love that.
So how do you decide like which guests to have on the show?
Yeah, so for deciding guests, it's usually, I don't know if like you like see the YouTube, like my YouTube like community page. I didn't know that feature was there until like a couple months ago. But I'll post on there like once a month or every once in a while and be like, hey, who do you guys want to see? And usually, like, to be honest, the audience is kind of dictating who's on the show. Like, we get a lot of requests, like thousands and thousands a day. Like, it's repeat for sure. Like, get like every day. But it's really just listening to what people want. At first, when we first started, it was like just trying to get people that were like trending and stuff, just like you guys. Like, as soon as someone trends, it's like we should try to have them on the podcast, like kind of thing. That's still kind of what it is, but right now the audience is like fully dictating like who's going to be on the show, and then we try our best to like reach out to them and have them come on.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's so fun. So, okay, speaking of YouTube, your YouTube just hit 311K subscribers, and your last video got 1.4 million views. So, congratulations, first of all. I mean, that's a really big deal. As someone who lives, breathes, eats social media myself, I know how challenging YouTube can be. So, for anybody listening to this who wants to learn from you, what do you think is the number one thing that has contributed? I'm sure there's a million things, but if you could pick out one thing, what's the number one thing that you feel has contributed to your success specifically on YouTube?
Yeah, great question. I think my videographer, Mateo, he's like been with me for like 5 years. He was like young Hollywood days, started Pucker Up together. he always, and like I've always been like the same way, like it's always consistency is key, and it's so like sometimes brutal and like annoying to be like, oh my god, like I have to post again. But for the past 2 years we've posted about, like we have literally not missed a day in 2 years of posting 4 shorts a day and 1 or 2 long forms a week. And it's hard because sometimes you genuinely run it. Like we've ran out of content. Like I'm pulling scraps from other episodes or like just coming up with the candy hauls. But the biggest tip I would say for YouTube, as much as sometimes you can just like want to give up in the moment or be like, okay, like I need a day off. Like you can't have a day off if you want to be successful. I'll tell you that much. But the second is like consistency. Like you just post, and then the algorithm will eventually hit like, okay, they're legit. Like I know, like the algorithm has a brain to know it's like, okay, like they're working hard. You know, it's not like, oh, one video like here popped off, like blah blah. No, like it's like no, it's like feeding the machine. Like Mateo always says, just feed the machine. So that's what I would say, consistency.
Wow. Okay, that's really powerful. And I feel like it is one of those things where it's like it's hard to hear that, but it's true. It's true. And a lot of people struggles to stay consistent. And it is like the golden ticket in a sense. If you had to share your best social media strategy with the younger generation who wants to have a career in social media, what would that social media strategy be?
I've learned this as like you go. A lot of Pucker Up is just like you learn something new every single day. But what I've like picked up on in the like trend over the past, I'd say like 4 to 6 months, is the biggest tip for people is like leave them guessing. So you think like when you have like a talk show or like information show, which we're doing like interviews, yes, it's so important to reveal information no one's known. But one of the biggest things is like still leaving people wondering what's actually going on. So when you drop hints and you give them subtle answers, it's not like it's better than the answer. And that was like before I would dig, just admit it, just admit it, just admit it. But then it's like if you leave them with a little, it's just like a movie. Like if you leave a cliffhanger, you're going to get a sequel, you know? So it's like be like you still need to leave people wondering what actually is going on.
And do you think
So,
that that specifically helps because then it triggers engagement in the comments too? Because people are
right.
like, wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Like, 'cause like
fun.
people have always said comments on TikToks and shorts and stuff are like comment engagement, which you probably have like master classes, like if YouTube like sends things out and stuff, it's like make sure you create engaging so people want to comment. Like I think the algorithm does like when people comment more than like shares and stuff, like because it's like keeps you on the app because you're sitting there talking to your friends like through the comments and stuff. So like if you're guessing, it's because people are fighting in the comments guessing, you know? So I feel like, I mean, there's definitely parts where it's like you need the answer or they're gonna just be mad because it's like, no, like answer the question, like draw, like post them saying what actually happened. So like it's like you have to definitely decide. I feel like if you want to like post the actual clip or like what you want to do, but I feel
Yeah.
like leaving people like wondering is like a big thing in social media.
You have like the best fans. Have you met any in person, and what has it been like?
I haven't. It's like weird because like I don't leave my apartment ever. Like I don't go outside. Like we have the gym in the building, the sauna. Like I get groceries, but no one's at Ralph's. Like it's like watching Pucker Up. Um, but the other day I went to a Netflix event and this I was just walking on the Santa Monica Pier and I was next to a girl that was on Netflix. So like when we were walking, somebody was like, "Oh my God, hey," like to the girl next to me. And I didn't think it was for me, but I like looked over because they're like, "Oh my God, is that you?" And so like you naturally look because it's like, who are they talking to? But it was the girl next to me. And I was like, "Oh, that's cute. Like, you want me to take a picture for you guys or whatever?" Like, and then we kept walking and this little girl runs up to me and she goes, "Oh my God, can I get a picture?" And I thought she was like talking to the girl next to me. So I was like, I just kind of like backed up or whatever. And I look over and she's like, "Can I get a picture?" And I was like, "Me?" Like literally like to a child. I was like, "Me?"
Oh
And
my
the mom
gosh.
started dying laughing and she's like, "Yeah, but she's talking to you."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Yeah." And then I take a picture with her and I was so too stunned to speak. So she runs away and I'm like, I didn't even exchange a conversation with this kid. I'm like so like stunned to speak. And then I walk away and I'm like, "What was that? What just
Oh,
happened?"
that is
So
so
yeah,
cute.
that was wild. I wish I had like thought in the moment to say something like, "Oh, do you watch Pucker Up?" or whatever. Like I didn't say anything. But like that was crazy. So that was like my first like fan interaction. So
Aw, so cute. I love that. What's like the one thing you hope viewers take away from watching your show?
oh. The one thing that I hope they take away from watching the show is that the candy's actually sour. Just kidding. I would say that at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I don't want to sound like corny,
No, you're
but
not gonna.
like at the end of the day, we're literally all the same. Like we all have crushes, we all have secrets, we all have lore. Like whether it's like you're super famous and people are invested and want to know it, or if you're just doing pucker up at home with your friends, like it is always fun to talk about secrets, your crushes, dating. Like it's just like everyone's just like you're all just like we're all just living in a little bubble and like on earth, and it's just like it's meant to be fun, and you're supposed to like enjoy the sour candy and the content and stuff like that. But I would just say like we're all the same at the end of the day. Like we're all relatable, because I think that's the biggest thing is like with pucker up is like people realize like when they're spilling like their tea and stuff, it's like there's boy problems or there's girl problems, and I have a crush, or like I'm like Malachi's my celebrity crush. It's like we all have a crush on Malachi. We all have we all have boy drama. Everyone's nervous for their first kiss. Like when Paisley and like Luke and them were on and we're like, I haven't had my first kiss. There was like hundreds of comments like, oh, they haven't. And it's like y'all all the same. Like we're all going through like the same like school drama. Like even though like they're like famous and stuff, like y'all are going through the same stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's powerful. That's not corny at all. That is powerful that you're able to like bridge that gap between the audience and the celebrities. And I'm sure it makes your audience feel really loved, really special, and a whole lot less alone in life. So that's really, really powerful. I absolutely love that. Thank you for being such a phenomenal guest. It was such a pleasure talking with you. Can you share with our audience everywhere that they can follow you and find you online?
Oh my God, yes. So TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, everything is Jolie Live, JOELYLIVE. They're all that across the board. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. Usually I'm not on this side of the camera or like the microphone, so I really appreciate it. And the questions were good. Like they weren't boring, so that's good.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah,
good.
the questions weren't boring.
Oh my gosh, amazing. We love to hear it. You're a natural. No one would know that you don't do this often because you're so good. So, yes. And thank you to our audience for listening, for tuning in, for watching us. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and listen to us everywhere that you stream your podcast. So, thanks again. We love you guys. This has been the Young Entertainment Podcast.